DIY macro photography on a budget. Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. So today it's going to be a little bit different. I was inspired to do this piece on macro photography based on just receiving some packages in yesterday. And what was in the packages were this Tamron 28-75 as well as this one, which is a 17-50. And this was just a couple of pieces of glass from the studio that we sent into Tamron to have them, let's say, refreshed. Every 6 months to a year, all of our glass goes back to Tamron or to Canon or to wherever, and they just get overhauled. I like to have glass that's completely clean, that is in focus. There's nothing sticking, there's no issues with it. Because a lot of times when we are actually on set shooting, we don't have a lot of time. If we do an actor or an actress or something, we're allotted maybe 12 minutes or 8 minutes or whatever it is, really short periods of time sometimes with them, and we can't have any kind of problem. So I always have the gear inspected, checked, refurbished or whatever, cleaned out or whatever it is, okay? And I would recommend that to you also as a professional. The reason we're professionals is we are able to get the shot in any situation. That means that we have the right equipment, but also that means that we have redundancy and the equipment that we have is working, right? So anyways, this is what the glass looks like. Once again, this is a 17-50. And this one is a 28-75. They are both 2.8. I recommend 2.8 glass. I don't like a meandering f-stop. That's like a 3.5 to a 5.6 where you're changing focal distance, focal length, and you end up getting darker or lighter, and it's just a mess. Get something that's just straight 2.8 or faster, like a 1.8 or a 1.4, maybe even a 1.2 like we use for some of our portrait lenses. You'll be happy that you did, for sure. Anyways, the trick here is that we're going to do a DIY type of style macro photography. So instead of using, for example, this right here is a Tamron. I don't have the Canon here to show you, but this is a Tamron 90, and this is also a 2.8. You can buy these. On these, I think they're about maybe, let's say, $400, $500-$600. It depends on which you get, Canon glass or maybe Nikon macro lens or whatever it is, but you're going to pay a little bit more. Third party, you're going to pay a little bit less, but this is the big but. This piece of glass, this Tamron 90 that I use, this 2.8, is sharper than my 100 macro on the Canon side. You ask why? I don't have an answer for you. This thing is just, I don't know, it's just crystal sharp. It's amazing. It's amazing. So anyways, you just don't know. I always recommend that you look into third-party glass before you buy the manufacturer glass if budget is definitely a concern, because there's a lot of glass out there today that is really good. So we're not going to use this because we're going to use whatever you have. So let's just say you have a couple of pieces of glass, and this might be it. So the idea here, guys, is you want to get two that are similar in size because you don't want glass to hit together. Now, my recommendation is, for example, like with this, grab some filters. Could be a UV filter. This is a Tiffin filter, and put them over. Obviously, I don't have any on these because they just came in from repair, from cleaning. Put them over them first. So if you have glass that's a little bit more bubbled out, right? You don't go and smack glass to glass, as you're going to end up with problems. We don't want that to happen, all right? Now these have a good bezel around them, so I'm not going to have that problem, but it is definitely pretty close. Your idea here, what we're going to do is you're going to pick one to attach to your camera, and the other one you're going to butt to it like this, okay? Now I've done this in the past to show people, to show students, and I would gaffer tape this up, and it'll stay like this, all right? Now, you don't have to do that. I would say set your main lens to f2.8. Let's say if it is a meander, and get it down to where it needs to be. Open it wide open and then connect it. You're basically going to attach this to your camera, and you're going to zoom in and out manually by moving the lenses in and out to get that perfect focal spot. That's basically how you're going to do it. Now, what you're going to get, guys, when you do this is something kind of interesting. You're only going to get a round shot. So for me, when I do this, what I like to do is I like creating square images, cropping them after the fact. This way I lose the least amount of data in the image, because we're going to lose a lot as it is by doing this technique, right? But if you want to do an 8:10, 8:12 type of ratio, you can if you want, but I just prefer using square. Now, you can use glass that you find, for example, on eBay that's extremely cheap. Let's say this piece of glass is a 35mm f1.7, okay? Manual focus. It is on my Minolta SRT 102. If you guys don't know it, this was my first camera ever, and I still use this camera for doing creative work. I do all of my gallery showings with this camera. I shoot 40x60 black and white prints with this camera. I have them then developed, okay, and then finally I have them chemically printed. That's right, in the fixer, in the stop bath, but in a 40x60 format. There's not a lot of places that do that anymore, but I have a place that does it for me. Then I show the work, I number it, sign it, and I'm usually visiting the galleries to kind of do like meet the artist type of things as I sell my work. The reason I do this is, number one, it looks absolutely amazing to me. I love to decide what the image is going to look like beforehand by picking the film, the grain, the tightness of the grain, what type of film I use, how it's going to be developed, the whole 9 yards prior to actually getting the image. To me, images that come out of this just feel a little bit more warm. They have a less cold digital feel to them. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do to make a digital image look more grainy or whatever, but there's nothing like film. So if you guys have some time and you want to get out there and try your hand in this type of photography, film, the old stuff, I would say definitely do so. You will be amazed on what you get. So anyways, back into the macro side. What I'm going to do is, I might even use this piece of glass to affix onto the other one, just for fun. But it really doesn't matter. I'm going to take 10 macro shots like this with the DIY setup of a macro lens, right? I'm going to crop them square, like I said, and I'm going to post them here at the end of the video. I want you guys to look at them, and in the comment area, I want you to tell me what you think the object is. The first person to get all of these objects right, I'm going to send them over a $25 Amazon gift certificate. And then the next 2 people, I'm going to send them out one of my products, okay? So basically this, take a look at these images, decide what you think they are, and put them in the comments. If you want to look what other people think, all right, go ahead and do so. But remember, they might not be correct either. So decide for yourself. I'm also going to post them on Instagram. So if you want, I'm going to put this down here, this Instagram account. I haven't built that up as of yet, but I figure might as well, since we're doing this fun time together, right? This DIY process, I might as well stick it on there. So if you want to see them at the end of this video, that's fine. If you want to go look at these images on Instagram, you can do that also. So anyways, once again, very, very simple, guys. You're going to attach one lens to your camera, open it wide open, and then the other one you're going to attach in reverse, okay? You're going to pop off, obviously, your back, and this is exactly what it's going to look like, just like that. Once again, guys, really, really easy, DIY. You don't need, for example, this Tamron 90 for $400 or $500 or a Canon 100 or a Nikon or whatnot. You don't need it. You can do it with the lenses that you have in your bag, and or you can get some old glass for literally $5, $10, $20 on eBay and do the exact same thing. So that's it, guys. I hope you had fun with this. I know I will. I can't wait to jump into this and make some images for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little fun DIY project. Take a look at these images at the end of the video, and as always, if you enjoy my content, please give me a thumbs up. That would be absolutely awesome. Smash that subscribe button, and finally head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find a lot of photography tools that I've invented for photographers just like you. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. Take care, guys.